Oh yeah. How y'all doing today? Welcome to another episode of Dark Skies Podcast, coming to you on a beautiful weekend here in Los Angeles, California, from the Bay to LA. And today we're talking about the Mandela Effect. And why don't more people know about it? You know, with so much information on this subject, you would think that, it would get more, attention, in the media. So we're going to talk a little bit about media bias and why more people don't know about the Mandela Effect. And, we're going to continue to do our part on, spreading the news here on Dark Skies, news and information, live from Los Angeles. We'll be back in a few seconds. Make yourselves comfortable. Make yourselves right at home. Oh, yeah. What a beautiful weekend. This is California weather. I mean, they're still trying to ruin it with the chemtrailing up there today. But, I'm not going to let them bring my spirits down. Because I'm feeling positive. My spirit is positive. We live right now, Los Angeles, California. Dark Skies Podcast. You got the whole crew here representing like we always do about this time. And we're talking about the Mandela Effect, man, and all these crazy subjects that we, follow on this wonderful show that we've put together here, for the listeners of iHeartRadio, for our friends, joining us on Spotify, for our buddies, who always chime in on YouTube. And I want to say, thank you for Spreaker.com and Twitter, Facebook, and all other avenues that allow us to reach the many listeners around the world. And today, no other day, we try to move forward, right? We want today to be better than yesterday. We strive to be better. We strive to understand, our reality in our life and the things that's going on around us just a little bit better. And I think we do a good job here. I mean, a lot of people love to give us great comments. They love to give us great support. And for that, I'm happy. Now, we're going to talk about the Mandela Effect, but let me get the introductions out the way. I'm your host, LC Grace. We got Mikey Nikes is in the building. We got Jim. We got Jennifer. We got Becky. We got the whole crew as we're live right here in Los Angeles, California, and, connected through Long Beach. What's up, Long Beach? How y'all doing today? And it's always good to have, our friends on the East Coast joining us. What's going on in New York, the tri-state area? I see you, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Virginia, Carolina. Matter of fact, both Carolinas. I also love to give a shout out to Georgia. Oh, how I love Georgia. And all my friends down in Florida, Texas. And then we have to go back up to Chicago because Chicago's always checking in. And my friends up in Canada, thank you for joining us today. And everybody across the pond in the UK. Yes, indeed. So we're talking about the Mandela Effect, and we're trying to get people's attention on this crazy subject, right? How you doing, Australia? We are trying to get people to open their minds, to the fact that something very strange is going on. And we can see it in the logos. We can see it in, history. We can see it in, you know, the geological locations of our continents. We can even see it in the stars and, our location in space. And then we try to come up with an explanation for all of this. How people who was once dead seem to have lived an entire life and an existence that we had no idea that they did. Now, I'm speaking about Nelson Mandela and how most people thought Nelson Mandela died, yet he lived, And now we're trying to figure out how this happened, But not just that. We got Coca-Cola signs, the logos change. We got Kit Kat, you eating your candy, the logo changed if you ain't noticed. So we talk about it on this program. We try to bring attention to it because we want people to understand that, hey, this is not right, We got to try to make some sense of this. So, yeah, we was on Twitter. Matter of fact, I tell you, yesterday, the day before, we was tweeting, oh, man, it'll be beautiful if, President Trump, who was in California yesterday, would take a few moments out of his time to address the Mandela Effect. And still, nothing, but, we still hold out hope. Because not just President Trump, it's the media, our world leaders. And a lot of people seem to don't really pay attention. We're one of the only news and information sources that actually pay attention to the Mandela Effect. I pointed out, I'd be like, look at the Monopoly box. I'm looking at the Monopoly man on the cover and he doesn't have a monocle. Now, this might be strange to some, me being one. But everybody don't consider it strange, especially because it's not, a major story. Now, I talk to people, all the time, face to face, on Twitter, Facebook. I make hundreds of podcasts, because my organization is committed to trying to find out, what exactly happened. What's up, France? Geneva, Switzerland? Because we like to know, what's going on. We're trying to answer questions, because this is not an easy subject. I spend so much time and effort trying to, talk to people, try to bring people attention, to this dark subject. And yes, it's dark because it's not in the public's eye. No matter how much money, time, effort, attention that I give the subject. I can't seem to turn the table when it comes to, the world. And trying to get the world to, see that, something amazing is happening here. So we hope to come up with a better answer by, opening up a, worldwide discussion. Where people from South America can chime in. What's up, Mexico, Guatemala? El Salvador, so people, from all around the world, people from Japan, can chime in. People in Africa. We can get the opinions of all kinds of people, whether you be Iranian or Russian. You could be from Switzerland, Brazil, Barbados. You could be from Luxembourg. It doesn't matter where you're from. You can have an opinion on this subject. Or maybe just on a portion of the subject. How people is actually reacting to the subject is amazing. Now, I understand we got lives, right? I understand we got things to do. But it's amazing. So we're going to keep beating it and hammering and hammering and hammering until, we can we get some headway. Till we get more people discussing, then we can get, more, better answers. More life testimonies. And because of that, I tell y'all to stay tuned. Because there's much more to come. We spend hours upon hours, of many days, distracted, by the devices in our hands, by our day-to-day activities, whether it be work, family, business, personal. We still find ourselves lost when it comes to just the simple things that go on around us. As in, like, if I buy a cup of coffee from a place called Starbucks every day, then one day I walk in and it says Starbucks coffee. And I notice it. I like, wow, your sign says Starbucks coffee now. It's big, it's longer. And they look to you and say, it's always said Starbucks coffee. And then that just makes you feel like, did I just step into the Twilight Zone? Because now you're walking out and you're seeing things like, hey, the Chevron logo. Look like it's flipped, the colors, something's not right. And you're just going on and about your day and you're just seeing just little changes. Like, this street wasn't this long. Where that building come from? They spelled that name wrong. What's going on here? And the more and more you see, the more and more, confused you become. So you hope to find, solace, in the fact that, you can go to the media and you can hear them talking about, the strange events that is being experienced, by people is this. But no, nothing. So I tell people, y'all can come here because we're always trying to find out what's happening. We're always talking about it. We're always, putting information up on Twitter. People respond to it. It's, it's a beautiful world if you just are willing to, just to connect. Elevate your frequency. You can't allow, the fact that nobody knows stop you from knowing. Because I'd be like, I'm going to go find out and then I'll be back. Because most people don't know. And you could talk to them. You can try to, enlighten people. And, like I said, you could drag that horse, to the water. It could sit down, with his butt on the ground and, his 2 feet pressed far, away from you as you dragging it to the water, just pulling it. And you finally get that horse to the water. And then you can't make it drink. So frustrating. But still, we spend time, because, this is, for everybody. This is not just for, LC Grace. This is not for Mikey. This is not for, 1 or 2 people. This is not for a small group of people. This is for everybody. Because I feel like if we better understand the subject, then it, makes the world a better place and a much more understandable place. This is why we, spend so much time on the subject and hope to understand it better. So, if you agree with us, leave a comment in the comment box and, join the, movement. Subscribe with us on YouTube. We forever there. Follow us on Twitter. Man, because the more people that are involved in the research on this, the more people that are involved in the discussion, then the more attention it's going to have to get, because, if it's just a few people, then, it just flies under the radar. But, a large flock of birds show up on the radar. So birds of the feather flock together. So we just need to understand more of our nature. And our nature is to explore, to understand, to research. And this subject is so fascinating. It forces me to spend so much time, trying to understand the differences in what was and what is now. And possibly what could be. So, God, we're at the very beginning of a long journey. Taking baby steps. But, hey, we won't stop. So, thanks for joining us. You've been listening to Dark Skies Podcast, News and Information, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. And The Mandela Effect. The search for the answers continue.